Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Our next guest is currently kicking some ass on America's Got Talent. My old buddy Howard Stern over there seems to like this guy. And you got a lot going on. Taylor Williamson, what's going on, buddy?
Thanks so much for having me, you guys. This is awesome. I'm so happy here.
So we were talking about the positives and negatives about doing a big, major show like this. And you're a stand-up comic who's young and kind of starting out. You're a Radio City, which is insanely exciting, but daunting at the same time, because you're a guy who's, starting out. Not starting out, but you've never had this kind of exposure yet.
Right.
So what has that been like for you?
It's crazy because
you're succeeding, which is good.
It's going well so far somehow. I don't know how it's happening, but Dice was on Howard Stern the other day saying that Radio City is the hardest. It's the worst room ever for comedy.
Well, yeah, it's not built for it.
It's
I did Carnegie Hall once, and that is, I must say, that it's built right because the acoustics are right. Radio City's more for music because the ceilings are way too big and it just gets lost,
Yeah, and then the crowd is there. They have to get there 2 hours before the show. And then,
because you're shooting a TV show, right?
And it's put 5,000 people in there, and then
they're not watching you do stand-up; they're watching you tape a TV show. That's what they're doing. I mean, it's what it is, but. And
I'm not complaining though, but it's
sure.
Everything is going against you as a comic. That to sit in the crowd's there for 4 hours, and then I went up in the second hour, and they've already been there for 3 hours, and
right, they don't want that, man.
And then one of the judges is a German supermodel.
But that's Howard, of course. But you do that. That's when you want a guy like Howard to be one of the judges because they'll go nuts just like with him, right? Like they see him and they go crazy, and just seeing him there keeps their energy up because he's like a rock star, Like they're always shouting and yelling for him, so their energy doesn't go anywhere.
Howard Stern fans are in the crowd and they respect him, they trust his opinion,
Right, that's true too. Absolutely. Right. I always said when I did his show, I would say that I looked at it when I first started there like I have an audience of one guy. If I can make Howard laugh, the audience will follow, And I think it's true with that show now, too,
And Howie Mandel's so supportive, too,
Right.
And as a geeky Jewish comedian, it's such a dream to have these two guys.
And then the German supermodel.
Well, then the German supermodel just recently said some stuff that was not what you were hoping for, right?
She said that my routine was not appropriate to bring her children to Vegas.
Oh, shut up. Why are you taking your kids to Vegas, first of all?
That's what Robin was saying.
Well, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But
what is your stuff? Is it that edgy? You're on NBC.
That's the thing. I'm like, I had to go through standards and practices, and also I'm trying to get America to vote for me, so I'm not dumb. Like the comic in me is like, I'm gonna say whatever I want. I don't care.
You want to be a rebel. Every comic wants to be rebellious, And then you get a TV spot, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I'll say whatever I have to say.
Right.
And then it's funny, like they made me switch the word at 4 hours before the show. They made me. There's jokes approved a month before. Standards and practices. There's so many levels. There's standards and practices. And there's producers.
Sure.
Then there's the network executives. There's so many layers of things that you're allowed to say. So I got condom approved a month before.
The word condom. Right.
I'm not talking about anything filthy. It's out of silliness, And then 4 hours before the show, they said you have to say prophylactic.
You see, but what people don't, here's what they don't realize about that, not being comics. It's not just about another word that means the same thing. It's about your rhythm and like the word condom, the actual sound of it. Is part of the joke, right?
Right.
So just making it another word that means the same is not helping you.
But it doesn't mean the same like the art.
Like condom nowadays like that. It's all over The View, condom.
It's on billboards.
Yeah.
Wear a condom. And no one knows what a prophylactic is. I asked the security guys, like, do you know what prophylactic is? He's like, nah.
They want it. That's what I mean. And so they don't understand the joke. That's the other problem. A lot of guys don't understand the joke.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people nowadays, they hear condom because it's acceptable. A lot of young people don't hear prophylactic. They're like,
prophylactic's a lot less specific,
and
too,
it's filthier.
Right?
It means condoms and dental dams and other filthy things.
Right.
And they're denying that these people are sexual on the show. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
But of course, I'm so happy to be on the program.
No, we're just, we're talking like comedians talk. It's not comedians talk, but of course, it's the biggest break you could possibly get.
Oh my God, my career was in whatever below a gutter is. I don't know what that is. That's where I was.
And now you're on Radio City, and people like Howard.
I'm here, and I'm on your show, and Howard has my back. And
did Howard have you on the show yet?
No. And,
right.
But the Howard Stern show has my back. Shuli and all those guys, and
that's great.
Eric, the actor, called in to talk about me.
That's the greatest thing for a stand-up comic. Of course, I'm speaking from experience. To have Howard Stern and that show be in your corner as a comic, you sell tickets and you become a big deal.
I already won. I'm selling tickets to shows. I've never done it. I've headlined clubs before where they just headline people because they have to fill spots for low budgets, you know.
Right.
But now people are paying money to come see me, and
That's a big deal. That's all you want as a comic. Man.
It's a dream, and it's a weird pressure. Like I'm sure you remember when people people are paying to see me. I have to do well. I got the headline Carolines.
Right.
They wouldn't return my emails before, and now they're happy to have me. It's so wonderful. But I'm like, I have to do well.
Well, welcome to show business. Do you have an hour of material?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years, and now I have the weird thing because I released an album independently. So I have an hour on that.
And it's out there.
It's out there, but no one has it.
Yeah.
But the problem is now maybe they'll get it. So you have to rewrite new stuff?
Yeah, so I have another hour that I'm doing.
Oh,
you know?
good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but it's kind of like maybe, I don't know. What's interesting, too, is I've done stuff. I did, Live at Gotham, or I did Last Comic Standing, or whatever. Craig Ferguson. I did stuff that's really cool, but nothing at this level. So I can still repeat the jokes that I did on TV, because people, I would say, best case scenario, 5% of people saw me on TV.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, my jokes don't work anymore because it's the #1 show on television. It's like first world comedian problems to have. But, I'm doing my best jokes every time, and now, that joke's never gonna be told again. Bye bye.
Well, it's only, you're right. The thing is, you're doing a full hour too. So now, do you get dirtier when you're on at clubs?
Well, the thing is, I'm not filthy.
You curse in your act?
I curse a couple times. Like when I'm riffing more than in my material. But it is hard, maneuvering through appropriate. And also the hard thing about the show is it's not just to try to get the live crowd to laugh. You're trying to get 4 very different people as the judges to laugh. And also I'm trying to get America to vote for me.
Right.
And I'm trying to think who moms watch this show and kids and that.
Now, what did Mel B think of you?
In the first round, Mel B was like, "You're very funny, brother."
See, that's the thing. As a comic, Howie Mandel, I'd love to know what he thinks of me. Howard Stern, my God, that's his approval is a stamp of God with comedy. These other people, it's like, I really do I really care? That's the thing. Now you have the conundrum of, do I really focus on making Howard and Howie go nuts? And don't even care about and Mel B. Really just abandon their opinion.
Right.
I mean, so what do? You don't know what to do, right?
But I'm trying
because you might want to water down the act that Howard and Howie might get watered down if you try to, conform to the other two.
Yeah, it's a bizarre thing. There's also there's probably just because there's people who will vote whatever Howard says, they trust him, they'll vote his way,
Right.
But Heidi Klum probably has people who are like that too. But then it's also hard when, I'm just doing what I do, my favorite stuff, and that I think that works for the 90 seconds, and I'm doing my best, really.
At the end of the day, you got to do it. Just whatever you think is funny is, But
then it's hard too, because as a comic, I have an edge over these other unbelievable performers, is that if Heidi says, "I don't like you" to the opera guy, they just stand there, properly. But I can say something back. But the hard thing is I'm not at Caroline's or whatever, or Bananas or whatever.
You're not insulting a heckler.
But I'm also, this is what I would, a German supermodel. I'm a Jewish comedian. I have 90 things that I could say right now. But I like being on this TV program, and I like to be on it again.
It's a double-edged sword. But think about that. There's an amazing amount of material that I can think of right now. She's an SS guard.
I don't know what you're talking about. Lovely, beautiful.
She's an SS guard. Let's go.
A sexy, salacious guard. Oh God.
It's funny already.
But it's funny, she said on the show, I'm not appropriate for children. But she's like a filthy underwear model,
I know.
Yeah.
She's been in her skivvies for the last 20 years. She's a filthy underwear model.
There was a guy on the show who has a Rube Goldberg machine, and it's pretty amazing. Those things where one thing leads to knocks over a thing and the other thing, whatever. And she's like, "I've never heard of a Rube Goldberg machine." I wanted to go out there and be like, "Yeah, it's because the Goldbergs fled Germany during World War II."
Have you ever heard of a Rube Gehring machine? Have you ever a Rube von Gehring machine?
I hope the transcript shows that you said these things. And I said Heidi Klum's a lovely, very talented entrepreneur.
You will tell the jokes. You will say the jokes as I want you to say the jokes. You will say prophylactic. You will not say condom. You will say prophylactic. Well, You'll be back with Taylor. Well, I'm proud of you, man. This is great.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Stick around, all right?
I'd love to. Thank you.
Taylor Williamson. We'll be back with more. It's funny. It's the beginning and the end of your career. The Artie Lange.